When champ select starts, you start. That's what it means. Mute yourself, mute yourself, mute yourself. Yeah, I guess I'll have to take a look into what you guys is the issue here. Let me check. Uh, still, still, yeah. Still seems like it's not working.
Here, Zach picked up on the side of Rawr. Vladimir
There
picked
we
the
go.
top 4 mid lane. Thank you, Army, very much.
Well, you didn't miss a lot. I am Gwaine, your play-by-play class tonight. This is Rengar.
Yep, we'll be casting alongside Gwaine here. We have a very exciting matchup. We got Naughty Nips versus Rawr in a hype matchup. We were talking about who might take the game. We were thinking that Rawr has a chance maybe the first game, but if it goes to a second, not so much. We do have the Scion ban that we talked about as well. More targeted towards Doki, we imagine, even though it can't be played top lane just because Doki likes to run that Smite Ignite in the jungle and has played it before in the league. And here we are with the Vladimir Zach pick on the side of Rawr and the Jinx, Sejuani, and Rise pick on the side of Naughty Nips.
Yeah, even after 8.4, I don't think either teams are really changing to fit like a newer meta. Rise still works quite well, especially with the tier picks. Sejuani, Zach being used. What do you think about both tank junglers?
I think it's still pretty common. I think it's going to be... there's going to need some massive changes before we get any Assassinus type junglers. Speaking back on the Rise, I think you're right. I've seen 1 million people run the tier item into what eventually builds into Seraph's Embrace. I can't remember what the first item is called, but it eventually turns into Seraph's Embrace, which gives like a 2,000 HP shield and 2,000 mana, and it's a super safe pick for Rise since he does damage automatically just based off his abilities and low cooldowns. So I'm interested to see if we'll see that, like a hard tanky style versus the Talon, or if he'll just go the Rod of Ages route first.
I feel like you should go with the tier, as that is probably the best. Both tanky junglers, excuse me. In the tower dive, they talked about how a Talon was unlikely to be played / assassin mid laners. Do you think that this is like a comfort pick, or are they matching the meta?
No, it's definitely a cover pick. This team does not ever play meta. This dude's played Talon a couple times in the league as well. He's very comfortable on the champ, and the few wins they have gotten are off of his hard snowballs mid lane. And we know level 3, even sometimes level 2, he likes to all in the mid lane, so Omen needs to watch out for that, because it's a very potent thing. But as soon as Rise finishes his first item, I don't think he's going to be getting one-shot by the Talon at all. So he's going to be having to look for hard roam bot lane if he wants to continue to snowball the lead. Because you can't really... Zac and Talon could invade the Sejuani, but like you said, it is a tank Sejuani, so there's not a whole lot they can do in that department. So a little risky bit of a pick, but it definitely is a comfort pick.
Yeah, Quadra support bands coming out here. It'd be surprising if they didn't first pick a support. Alistar being picked up. I do like the tankiness that he adds to the team. A little bit of peel for his AD carry.
Yeah, saving the ADC for last pick on the side of Rawr when NN voted to take the Jinx immediately.
That was kind of interesting that Naughty Nips did double ban supports. I guess knowing that they never play Sona or Braum, even with the Jinx, and instead of opting for a double ADC ban, kind of restricting that pool.
Yeah,
maybe I would have liked to see that, but I guess they're more afraid of the support than they are the ADC, and that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, only one ban. Focus on the support on the side of NN, which is kind of weird that it would be a Sona, because I don't think Sona has a very high win rate in the league, especially the BSG league. I think it's... No, I can't actually think of a single win. I think it has a 100% loss rate. It's just so squishy. She doesn't do... she's good in lane, but she really doesn't do anything late game except for her ultimate, which can be hard to land since it is relatively small compared to some of the other ultimates that champions provide, such as the Taric ultimate, which can affect an entire team.
Yeah, especially with the Jinx. Everybody on Naughty Nips has blue. Maybe that's just a coinkadink, but I think
the real strategy.
They just really like blue. They're only choosing blue champs from here on in. Blue the entire season.
Almost on the side of Rawr as well. They have a quad ignite. I was expecting them to switch out. But
the Vayne probably shouldn't go ignite. That'll be very surprising. The Vayne should probably go with the heal.
Do you think they're going to 5-man in and just quad ignite somebody?
I mean, at this point, Zach, why are you going teleport? Just go ignite.
Oh, that's Doki's key. Yeah, if you haven't noticed now, you haven't watched many Rawr games.
No, I'm saying...
Every single game he's taken TP Smite, no matter what his team does.
Do it for the meme. Do it for the 5-man ignite team. Just you can go with Summoner Spellbreaker, whatever you want. Just
I think he does. So I would like to see the ignite actually.
I'm very surprised by the Vayne.
Yeah, I know. Doki was talking to me about getting some cheese strats lined up. I thought he was just talking about maybe a 5-man invade or something. I was not expecting a. Oh, they switched out last second. We're gonna only run with 2 ignites.
Well, the Vladimir, unless the Vladimirs go in a Summoner's Spellbook, why would
Well,
you
even
not
if you
go
do
with
go
it?
Summoner Spellbook, don't you usually take Ignite first for the line pressure?
Yeah,
Or lane
yeah,
pressure?
that's why. Because like you can always go back, switch to a teleport, and then just teleport back, and then you're fine.
Yeah.
Versus Ignite
Interesting.
at least gives the opportunity.
I like the Vayne pickup. I feel it was pretty good, especially against the team comp of NN. I do think NN won the draft. If they had gone for a different mid laner, I might even say Rawr had won the draft. But NN, knowing what they were most likely going to play, taking away the Fizz, which is definitely more optimal than the Talon, especially in the current meta. If you are going to play an Assassin, Fizz is usually the one that you want to pick just because he scales into the late game with his ultimate, and he's just genuinely pretty hard to deal with because of his E. But we'll see how this goes.
I think it depends. I think both Talon and Fizz have the opportunities to do something in late game. I think Zed really sucks late game. Versus Talon, like if you get to that backline, that Jinx is going down. But they have so many abilities that can stop Talon from getting there. Like Vladimir's and Talon's job is to kill the Jinx of Rise before they can do anything. And if Naughty Nips can stop them from doing that, I think Naughty Nips win. And it's much easier to just like Shen taunt somebody than it is for Talon to go around the entire team to get to the Jinx and Rise. So it's going to be a lot more pressure on the mid and top laners for them to do anything. While all Naughty Nips has to do is just let Jinx use a rapid fire cannon and her rockets, and suddenly that range is massive.
I think it was kind of a misstep for Barbies to go Nami here, just because we already knew that their win condition for Talon was going to be the camping the bot lane. Granted, if he does snowball really hard against Omen, which is unlikely but can happen, then he can focus on the mid lane. But optimally, you want to be focusing on the bot lane. And the fact that she went a squishy, like not really peely support, could really bite them in the butt, because that's basically 2 free kills to a Talon with Ignite.
Yeah, if the Talon does start steamrolling, I feel like Naughty Nips will have a very hard time. It'll be interesting to see what Mastery's Talon does go. I think there's like 3 variables. They all have electrocute, but like the secondary tree is more of a mystery. So it'll be interesting what he wants.
I wonder if he would take like Transcendence into Water Walking even, just if he really is thinking about camping the bot lane. Granted, we don't know the mind of Sale here, but knowing that he is a comfortable Talon player, and we've seen him camp other lanes in the past, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, I've also seen Minion Dematerializer and something else in that tree, and I've also seen Celery or Celerity and Ultimate Hat / Water Walking. But it really depends on what his build, because you're right, Transcendence is super powerful, I think now. It used to be just like the extra 10% was nothing much, because you'd very easily get to 40% on AP casters, and it was like a maybe for AD assassins. But now with the item changes, it's going to be very hard to get to 40% unless you go both Banshee's Veil and Zhonya's. So it's probably more powerful, but Celerity I think is also undervalued in that it's like full movement speed quints on Old Rune set in a single thing, which is why I like it on Talon. I've been playing a lot of Talon recently, but he does go for the sorcery. I do not know if he does go for Celerity or Transcendence. We won't know that, I don't think, until we get to the game.
Yep. Speaking of which, just got to think about the jungle matchup again, and it is actually Green Boyzu's not debut, because he did play in an unstreamed match versus GG, but it is his official stream debut for NN, and playing a different role than he did last week. So this is his first game in almost 2 weeks, I think, since leaving the all-one lane roster in the jungle, which he was their starter, and now he is going to be having his welcome back jungle game versus Rawr.
See if he does good. It's going to be very hard for him to do more ganking presence than the Zac. So I think that the Sej, especially with the team comp that they're running, that they really just want the Jinx and Rise to get to late game. I'll be looking forward to see if the Sej does focus on more counter ganks, getting vision, and invading if the Sej isn't in the right position. Because if the Sej is unable to get gold back from the ganks that Zac puts out, I feel like they'll get further and further behind. Though Zac will have to get out a lot of like punishment and have a lot of map presence in order for, I think, Rawr to win this map.
One thing I noticed is that the Sejuani actually brought Fleet Footwork, which was a pretty common thing there for a while, especially in this league. I had started to run Aftershock, and I think I was the only person in the league for a while there, and everybody was like, what is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? And then as the league progressed, more people saw that the Aftershock damage is actually pretty good. And I'm personally a fan of the Aftershock and Sejuani just because of how much CC and how much frontline you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm really shocked to not see an Aftershock on anybody but the Alistar.
I think it'll depend on what you're going for. I think the reason why you get Aftershock is because you want that team fight presence and you want that extra tankiness and extra damage. I think you do Fleet Footwork in order for clear speed.
Yeah, and you're right. You called that as well with the Zac being able to gank earlier and the Sejuani just happened to focus. So you are right there.
But
good call.
It may be that they're just going their regular Sejuans. I don't know if they're putting extreme amount of thought like casters should.
We'll say they will. Makes them look better.
Yeah. Green by Zoo, best jungler in the league, obviously, and knows that the Fleet
second best. Second best. Okay,
sorry.
Okay. Second best.
Okay.
No, classic 5-man point for NN, and it looks like not doing a 5-point, but a 4-point on the side of Rawr. Not too worried about the invade. You're watching 5 people jump through mid lane.
So Zac is going in for this. That was a really sneaky part. Ryze just got out of there, places the ward down, doesn't get a lot. He might have been able to go for that blue.
Looks like he's just going to run down, but bot lane not going to leash him, maybe?
This is confusing.
Yeah.
But
Vayne, AF King in lane. Oh,
Green Boy
gonna get a leash, I guess.
Does get a leash from their bot lane. Not even like a fake leash either. All sides are out there.
Yeah, Zac doesn't have a flash clear speed. I think he does need a leash, doesn't he?
Yeah, he should. There's not a lot of junglers that don't need one. Like Kayn doesn't need one if they start Raptors. Sail going in against the Ryze, unable to get any damage down.
Shocked
Ryze trading back tons of damage. I say that too much. My goal is not to say that this entire cast.
You know, one thing I noticed about the Sejuani's pathing is usually most people that play Sejuani go red Raptors to blue to invade or gank. But she's actually not opting to get the Raptors at all, instead going to the Wolves to blue. And Zac will have the vision to know that she's doing the blue.
Sej, I think we're really right about that leash. Zac is about half health, but the clear speed that he has, he's super far behind now, where he just cleared Wolves versus Sej is already working on blue buff. And they don't have vision of Sej anymore, so they don't even know that she's done, and she's already roaming.
Whew. I'll say it for you. Tons of damage traded in the mid lane. On both sides. Sejuani looking for an invade on the... Nope. Looking for a gank, actually.
Yeah, going in against the Talon. Talon slowing her down, but the Q actually landing multiple bindings. The Flash Frost coming out there, not able to get the kill. The Flash was used by Talon.
Yeah, Talon's still getting a healthy trade, though, damage-wise, in terms of the Ryze taking a tower shot. Yeah.
Talon does have really good trading presence if you land both sides of the W. But if you don't land the second side of the W, you lose out on your passive damage plus electrocute. So
this Sejuani's pathing is very confusing to me. I mean, Zac's is too. I don't know. He didn't counter gank there even though he had the opportunity. He didn't take his red buff. Maybe saving it for the Talon?
Or
I don't know. Sejuani ran into the river to take Scuttle rather than taking the rest of her top side or the bot side.
Going in, uses the flash. Both sides actually flash, able to get the kill. I'm unsure if Ryze had a flash, but a fight going down, GVG taunting the Vladimir.
Well, psych. Pathing doesn't matter when you can kill people, I guess.
I don't think Talon even thought.
Boys, you the second best jungler in the league, making plays that only others could dream of.
Yeah.
I did not think he was going to flash there.
I didn't think so either. The Ryze flash seemed unnecessary. The knockup was going to last for quite a while, and Talon had no way to escape. But, I mean, they got
if you
the
invest
kill,
that
so
much, I guess, might as well secure it. And then let the dirty jungler get it.
Oh, the taunt going down. GVG going after Vladimir. Vladimir pooling in order to escape a bunch of damage. But the E cast plus the Q, maybe in a second, unable to get the extra health. So GVG did win that trade there. Super important because Vladimir has a really weak laning phase. And if Shen can get ahead...
I don't think Nendi is 100% comfortable on the Vladimir pick either, because he saw that his Q was almost ready, and he could have just started charging at GVG's because he had already used his taunt, but instead decided to continue to run back and just pull the wave rather than getting the trade damage. So
yeah, I'm not sure why he pulled there so early. Like, he was already taunted. Like, he might as well get some auto attacks out. Instead, he just used his W, which costs a bunch of health. Wow, lots of trading going down in the mid lane.
Yeah, pushing in bot lane, which I'm kind of shocked because Rawr's bot side should have been able to hit 2 first since they didn't leash. And you think they would have the lane priority with an Alistar and a Vayne. But I guess not.
They're not even like
Barbie and
trying to
Bloodshot.
get up there.
Yeah, Barbie and Bloodshot doing something right.
Yeah, like there's not even a lot of trading going down there. Oh, the taunt going in by GVG against the Vladimir. Vladimir not pulling at all, just taking a bunch of trade damage.
Yeah, all he has to do is just wait till the Vladimir uses his Q, and then he can just go in and trade on cooldown with the Vladimir. So showing confidence in the top lane. On top of having a psych. He's down 1 CS to the Vladimir. And we all know CS wins games, so Vladimir is the better top laner, confirmed.
I guess. Because as soon as they all get back there, Vladimir does have the sustain. And it doesn't seem like a Shen will actually be able to even the minion damage.
Yeah.
Even the minion wave.
He's thinking, lose lane, win game.
Yeah, Zach does get the invade down. Going after the wolves.
Sejuani is about to run up on him.
Yeah, Sej does actually get there. The
Nobody's close to help her, though.
It's already used, but I mean, there's the Rise is actually collapsing right now, but it seems like Zach is going to be able to escape. Gets across the blue wall. That's actually really good that he went there instead of towards the Rise.
Saved his life.
Yeah, he gets off scot-free.
That's where you hit him with the easy peasy in all chat. Not really, because you can't get banned for that.
Yeah, that's when you don't hit him with the easy peasy in all chat. Maybe in general chat.
Let your team know it was easy.
Yeah, easy peasy in your team chat.
Oh, Ignite and ulted a little early. Don't know if he was sure if he wanted the invisibility, but then he's like, I already popped ult, might as well ignite him as well.
I didn't really think that there was going to be a real fight there. It didn't seem like the Talon did have real kill pressure since Rise was so close to his tower. But,
yeah.
I mean,
especially since he didn't even have the dirt completed. Yeah. Did get the heal out of Omen though, so worth, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Rise and Talon's Flash is about to come back up at the same time. Give or take a few seconds. Meanwhile, on the jungle, CS lead on Sejuani slightly. Bot lane, 10 CS lead for the Vayne. Bloodshot. I'm not too worried about farming when he's got the lane priority.
That's true. The Alistar not really making a lot of plays here. And like, no all-ins. I think that's how you win in the bot lane, especially with the Vayne. If you can get a WQ right next to the wall, I mean, you should be able to take a really big trade. But all 4 blue side laners, other than top, coming down here, the Shen does have the ultimate available, so it can become a 5-man bot lane.
Very lucky that Zach was pinging for the game.
Know this.
Yeah, Zach was about to gank bot lane before he backed since he had money, and managed to spot out the Rise. I don't know why she ran down the river when Sejuani was on the other side, taking the safer route, which would have been the smartest. Especially since you know that the Tri-Bush isn't going to be warded by Vayne and Alistar since they haven't been pushed in lane at all.
Yeah.
So a little strange on why he did that. But, kudos to Doki for stopping the gank.
Very true, very true. Talon taking out the Vision Ward in mid lane, able to get some roams down. Seems like he's going to ward right on the other side of Dragon Pit. I'm surprised that neither team has been focusing Dragon Pit this game yet.
Yeah, who needs that dirty mountain? They want that Infernal to kill people. Mountains don't kill people. It's kind of funny. Doki was going to go for the back there after the gank, because he'd started his recall, and then noticed, oh wait, I can gank bot. Ran down there. And after seeing the Sejuani's farm, he actually decided, or felt pressured more, I should say, to continue to farm. And so now he does have that 2-farm lead on back.
An important one to highlight in farm leads is the Vladimir actually having near 20 CS farm lead, which is about 1 kill, which is very surprising that UVG cannot, especially after such good trades that he is winning. I guess he had a bad back.
Yeah, unlucky, I guess.
No, a big wave is crashing into his turret, so we might just be behind because of that, but that's not going to even out the 20 CS.
Yeah, a lot of vision control on the side of NN, which is really good. Not only in the enemy jungle, but on their top side river as well. I haven't seen a whole lot of warding strategies out of them, but they definitely see practice because they are really focusing the bot side.
They are starting Dragon, actually. I don't think that Rawr actually does know this, as they do have a vision ward in the pit.
Alistar lagging?
Why?
Knows the dragon's going down.
They don't know that
Zach had spotted it, didn't he?
No, Zach was all the way up at race. And now he's invading to try and get some gold back, but it's already too late. Yeah, they did never know.
Interesting.
I don't think they did. Or I guess they didn't think that they would. But
yeah, I don't know. They didn't see mid lane. They didn't see bot lane. even if you don't have vision, that's just more of a common sense call, I would think.
Well, mid lane was there. Was against the Talon. I don't know. I agree with you. I think
Oh, okay, maybe I'm wrong, dude. Maybe I'm watching a different game. Holy cow.
Are you okay, Rengar? Lag? Oh, but a dive actually going down top lane. The camera was not focused on it at all. Surprising, but the dive going down on bot lane. There's not a lot going. Rise actually getting a massive amount of damage done. The ult there from Sejuani able to knock down the Bane, but the Zac coming in really low. Is he going to go down also? Jinx taking turret shots. Let's see if they actually dive the Alistar. It seems like they will. He does not have ult as he already used it. Let's see if it Ignite goes down, but they're just trading turret pressure, and they're actually able to. The heal goes down from the Jinx. They do take down the Alistar. That's a lot of tower juggling. That was really good by them.
Yeah, it was. Rise keeping pressure on the backside, making sure they couldn't run away. Now they may look to turn on the Talon, but thankfully Talon knows how to do some parkour to get out of there. The ultimate on Green Boy Zoo to ult him down. Rise does have his stun, but I don't think they're going to be getting close enough to catch. I don't think they're going
to be getting close enough. The slow down. Oh, but actually flashing forward against the Talon. The invis means that he will not be taken down yet. But let's see if he can actually take down Sage. Unable to. And Rise picks up.
What a clutch bubble by Barbie. Canceling the parkour animation mid-jump to make sure the team can secure the kill.
Yeah, that was really good. Rise flashing forward in order to get his W down before Talon can actually escape with the invisibility from his ultimate.
Yep, first blood goes to, not first blood in English, first tower blood, if towers bleed, goes to the side of NN. Managed to get that bot tier 1, and now it looks like Green Boyzu's farm is now Bloodshots.
Feeding all that you can into the Jinx. It makes, I agree with it, trying to get the Jinx into the late game, though the Rod of Ages coming out from Rise is pretty surprising. I think that he should have gone for the, like you said, the tier into Abyssal.
Yeah, this far ahead, I can see why he would do it. Maybe, I think it's fine, because you still get pretty tanky off of it. It's not like make it or break it, but if they would not have the lead they have right now, if they didn't have the lead they have now, then that could be a throw item right there.
Yeah, after the AP optimization, I think the Rod of Ages is just, like, worse. That's why you don't go, like, there were some Karthus videos that I was watching, and it's like, you don't go Rod of Ages on Karthus anymore, because there's just better things to do.
Yep.
They are trying to pull out the Rift Herald so that the Zac cannot steal it. Though the Zac does not know its health right now. Will he actually try to dive this in order to secure it? He goes in, unable to secure it. Looks like he's about to go down. He has no way to escape, but uses his ult to try and get to the Shen. Shen does trade some damage onto the Vladimir. Doesn't seem like he'll be able to take him down, and I think they're going to transition into mid lane. Talon does know that, is clear, but the ult comes down from Green Boinzu onto the Talon. They're locking him up for forever. Jinx able to pick up the kill.
Yeah, very well played. Rotating so hard and so well.
Yeah. Talon trying to clear mid lane so that they can't get the tower fast, but goes down before he's able to escape. I think he tried to parkour. He was going to parkour over the right side, but Naughty Nips able to take the tower now. Summons the Rift Herald. Are they going to be able to take down the second tier? Actually going onto the Jinx. Taking down about half his health. I think they're going to have to back now, but trading going down on the top lane. Zac goes in onto mid lane. Tries to take down the Rift Herald, but Alistar going in for some odd reason. Gets stunned.
Cut through Alistar.
Multiple times.
Cut through Butter. Can't tell which one's the ADC and which one's the tank support anymore. Managed to pick off the two towers mid lane. The Rift Herald wasn't bad. Luckily that Zac wasn't there to interrupt it. Looking to take some enemy vision and enemy camps. Just rotating so hard and so well. And going back to the Zac steal, I think it's a pretty smart idea to attempt to steal with Zac all the time because his ultimate can't be interrupted by CC. But as soon as he misses the smite, he needs to start channeling it because he waited there. He ulted in, got CC'd a little bit, and then tried to ult out after he E'd in. But for future reference, for all the junglers, Zac's ultimate can't actually be interrupted. So what you want to do is jump in. If you miss a smite, just hold back out.
Though it did look like the area that he was ulting into, GVG was preparing to take him down there too. I don't think that there was an avenue for escape. And since they didn't know the health of the Rift Herald, it's like, maybe. Though I agree with you that Zac should go in all the time, just because of that ultimate, and the passive too.
Need more control wards. And now that they took out the Tracker's Knife, control wards are your best friend. And yes, you won't be as ahead on items, but those control wards are your best friends. As you can see Green Boys, you picking up 3 just because he can no longer go the tracker's knife.
Full health coming out from both of these junglers here, just like we kind of suspected. Rise is ramping up, does get the blue buff. It looks like they're going to be aiming for the only outer turret left in top lane, Naughty Nipses.
Hopefully Green Boys who does go to the path of the Warmogs. I'd like to see Warmogs built second on Zac and Sejuani almost every time. There's very rare cases where you don't build it second item. It just synergizes so well with not only Sejuani's passive, but with 12 seconds, having full armor, full health, it's just so good.
Yeah, I agree. It seems like Talon is going to try and get the bottom turret, but an engage going on in mid lane. The ultimate from Zac does not it does actually work, but Sejuani just walks away from there. The ult used from Sejuani, unable to actually get the Zac. They go in onto the Vayne. Omen is there to try and take him down, but Chart does almost get to the Blast Plant, unable to get to the other side of it, explodes. The Q misses from the Rise, unable to pick up the kill, but the outer turret in top lane able to be taken down first. But same thing on the bottom lane. It seems like Talon will be able to take down this turret. Windrake is still up if Naughty Nips wants to transition there.
They were looking to trade the mid and bot tower for the top tower. Thought they could get both. They do end up trading the bot tower for the top tower. But thankfully, Sejuani and Rise were there to stop Doki and Sail from taking, or not Sail, Doki and Shaijiro from taking the mid tower.
Yes.
Now they'll just
Windrake is being picked up by the Rise and the Sej. That's really good.
It is the buff Drake too, the buff one Drake. That gives movement in combat now, as well as doubled when out of combat. Actually worth a dragon worth prioritizing now.
Vladimir does back there. I would have liked to seen him take down that top. Not really having the vision in order to try and extend that far out, so maybe even looking to get that vision down before transitioning into taking top outer. I think he could have done either one and it would have been okay.
Now, what do you think the issue is here? Is it them getting caught out? Is it them being out-rotated? Or NN just playing better? And what do you think their win condition is?
I think
How do you think they come back into this game?
For Rawr, I think their issue is that, you're right, they're being out-rotated. You could see there that just like Omen getting a little bit ahead of the Talon, but they're actually going in onto the Vladimir. Vladimir pulls to trying to escape, but flashes away. The Alistar goes in. He is alone. The Talon gets right onto the Jinx, able to take him down. They Vayne is targeting that ward there for a second. No other deaths or kills goes down. A flash is used by the Vladimir to escape. That was but the Zac does charge up. Does not go in though.
Yeah, giving him the old Omen special, just camping that mid lane. Green Boys knowing that is their win condition.
Yeah.
Even if he is playing a control mage, can still get the job done. Was a good pick by Alistar to go in there, and then eventually by
Zac
Talon.
does actually go in, lands it on both of them. The Q missing, but the ult knocking them both up. The ult used to try and get the Alistar away. The ult from Vladimir able to take him down really low, but they flash taunt them, multiple people. The Q lands on 3, almost able to take down multiple, but Zac is super low, almost taken down. Talon gets in there. Actually, Green Boy Zoo does get taken out by the Vayne in solo. Both teams back up to try and just reset. That was very scattered fights. It doesn't seem like these teams are on the same page here.
No, I think that NN knew they were going to lose that fight, so they backed out, and then all of a sudden they were winning the fight, so they went back in, tried to turn it around, almost happened, but then the Sejuani got caught to the side, and Vayne was just killing her, and it ended up being a 1-for-nothing trade in the favor of Rawr, because the Sejuani got caught out to the side and actually ruins the perfect KDA on the Sejuani. Unluck.
Unluck. Oh no. I think the win condition from Rawr is kind of just what we saw there in that last team fight by the Talon on the Jinx. If the Jinx gets obliterated, I think that the Rise is also easily focused by a Zac Alistar. So
especially when you don't buy the tier item. Unlucky.
Well, he actually does have it now. So he will have plenty of mana, plus that massive shield after he does stack it up. Unluck.
Alright, quick sell it, Omen! Quick sell it! Make me look good! Yeah, we'll get stacked eventually, and then he'll get that nice 2,000 HP shield.
So Seraph's Embrace does actually get from Archangel's Staff, which he does have right now. I think both sides' itemization is fairly good. The Locket of Iron Solari being aimed for by the Zac right here, and I agree with you that he probably shouldn't be focusing that, though it doesn't seem like the Sej is going for Warmogs right away either.
They're all trolling. I can understand on the Zac, maybe, like if he's trying to be a support, which I don't really support, but I can understand it. On Sejuani, that makes no sense.
Holy moly. The Alistar going in super early against the Ryze. Ryze flashes out in order to escape from the Zac. It seems like Sej is trading a bunch of damage onto Zac, but unable to stack her passive, which means that everybody just gets away scot-free. The Alistar went in there extremely early. It didn't seem like that was necessary. Let Ryze try to get to the casters and then go in.
Yeah, Zac went around the backside, unfortunately. Didn't manage to get out the Ryze. Did blow his flash, though, so that's good. But going back to the Sejuani build is, you have your passive every 12 seconds, which gives you like 300 armor and like 300 magic resist or something crazy like that. War Monks heals you every 10 seconds. So realistically, every 12 seconds, you should be full health, like 6,000 armor, 6,000 magic resist every 12 seconds. I'm shocked Sale did not take that. Which is why you usually build a War Monk second. The item is literally built for Sejuani.
Yeah, especially those big tanks, but they're actually focusing down on Baron. It's already at half health. They have so much damage being put onto it. Like, even we didn't realize it. Now they're just checking, able to sneak a Baron almost a minute after it spawns. That's really good rotations, knowing that they didn't have vision after that pink ward was placed down. Just going for it. Let's see if they lose mid tower for it.
What always leads to Baron is just that the minion control mid lane. If you can get those forward, you know that they're going to try and stop that 9 out of 10 times before they go check Baron.
Yeah.
So just really well played to use that Rip mid again earlier, get that vision, and then sneak the Baron.
I completely agree. I'm surprised that they didn't really focus vision there. I don't think Baron pushing is utilized a lot in this league. I think that's why Naughty Nips is so far ahead, I think, because they do make plays that are like a wishy-washy. Like sometimes you do have to go for the 50-50 might fight, and if you already know that they don't have vision, you could probably just churn anyway with the Warmogs coming out from Sej.
Exactly. There we go. Lit.
Doesn't it built from the Ruby Crystal into...
Yep, it is Ruby Crystal, this little Shurima looking thing, and then the health thing she bought. I didn't really see the little Shurima looking thing because it heals you for like 25% of your max HP every so many seconds or whatever. And so that's usually the first item you build, just so you can get the mini Warmogs. But that's why I thought she wasn't going to be building that. Thankfully she does. Our Green Boy Zoo is a boy, so he does. I'm not sexist. Anyway, in the meanwhile, they're going to be trying to clear minions mid. They're going to go run, take that Drake, which now is a...
Mountain Drake.
Another Mountain Drake.
It'll be pretty important because with that second tower, with that second Mountain Drake, they'll be able to take down objectives super quick. And with a Baron buff, I feel like they should be able to almost transition this into at least an inhib here if they do get a good fight. They are trying... Vladimir is trying to clear bottom wave before the rest of the team gets there. And it seems like Naughty Nips does want to transition into a fight here. Trying to get some damage onto Vladimir.
I would like to see NN here as a banner of command for their Baron empowered minions. With the new reworked banner of command and the new reworked, not reworked, but the new Baron buffs that happened.
Wow, Zac actually going in, only picking up the Sej. Sej does flash out of there. The Alistar does try to knock him up, but the Alistar ults to try and get away from any CC. Vladimir is super close, unable to actually get taken down, but this fight doesn't seem... Naughty Nips doesn't know if they want to actually turn here. Able to pick up a few kills. Vayne actually popping off. Almost gets taunted. Goes after the Shen, but Ryze does get back in here. Vayne taking down a ton of people. The exhaust coming out to try and take down, but Ryze uses the shield to try and escape. The Ryze ult does get used in order to put Ryze on the opposite side. Can the Vayne actually stop them from taking the inhib? I think that's a no. There were like 4 different sides to that fight, and I think that Naughty Nips needs to have a better fight if they do want to survive with more members.
I don't think they even needed to dive there. They have a pretty okay siege comp with the Ryze, the Sejuani, and the Jinx.
Wow, Zac diving against the Ryze here, unable to get the second Q, so cannot pull them back.
I mean, there's not an awful lot of wave clear on the side of Rawr. They have the Vayne, which doesn't have the greatest, the Alistar, which can't really walk up and just clear it. The Talon has his W, but that's not going to one-shot Baron empowered minions.
Yeah. There's no reason to, especially with 2 Mountain Drakes. Like, you literally just shove them off a little bit, and you wait for the Zac Alistar to hit you, and you just disengage. Like, you just pull back, and it's fine.
Yep, they lose HP on it, you come out with the positive trade, and you just go back sieging the tower.
But instead, they shorten this gold gap, because they're unable to take... they do take the inhib, but unable to take massive gold advantage means that right now, it's about 7k. So if Nutty Nips does get a good fight, like we're talking about, like trying to like lengthen the fight to make their gold like more important, I think that they should be able to almost end this right now. They are transitioning to top lane to try and take down that inhib too. Zac is all the way bot lane, so if they do take a fight here, it will be a 5v4. Alistar is looking for a WQ combo, going after the nobody right now, going after the Rise. I think they're looking for the Jinx, but they should be looking for the Rise. Talon in the backline trying to target the Jinx.
He forgot that they patched
the Rise actually does get Zhonya'd before the ult lands, almost able to take him out before, but actually the rest of Naughty Nips does get there into the fight, able to take down the Zac and the Vlad and the Alistar. They're diving now, gets a pentakill on Bloodshot. Amazing job. Instead of a Vayne pop-off, it was a Jinx pop-off in this team fight.
Oh, Penta! Great play by Bloodshot. And that's what happens when the Talon fails to assassinate the ADC. The last like 3 fights, Bloodshot just got one shot by the Talon, wasn't able to be there. And she is 10-2-5 now after that Penta, and this may even be game. 10 seconds on the Zac, 10 seconds on the Alistar, 20 seconds on almost everybody else.
But it is a double Mountain Drake.
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately, they did lose the Baron, but they don't need
Baron
when you have double Mountain Drake.
Yes, they do actually turn to try and get mid tower before leaving. Let's see if they can take it down. Though the rest of the team is getting up fairly recently.
I think they could have
do just pull away. Sej is going to hit the inhib, and they do get away scot-free, able to take down 5 towers in that team fight. 2 top towers, 4 towers then. I can't math.
Dude, math is hard. Why even try? They took down towers. That's all you need to say.
That's
managed to take a few camps away as they leave the enemy jungle. Gonna reset, spend their gold, or maybe not. They're just gonna continue to look to push bot lane. Nope, they are gonna back. If they can get the next Baron, which is up in a minute, which they may not even need to wait that long if they're just gonna keep looking for these team fights. But if they do, and they buy a Banner of Command and put it on a minion, it's over. With the new Banner of Command and the Baron buffs, it does more damage per auto attack on a cannon minion than a champion does.
Just imagine on a super minion also.
Yeah, exactly. They can single-handedly not even step close because 5 people will take at least 4 to 5 seconds to kill a regular cannon minion. So can you imagine that on a super minion?
Yeah. It'll be really insane because super minions are really hard to take down at this stage in the game anyway. And just that extra little health attack boost, all of that things will make the super minion almost impossible. And if you just place that down in bot lane, you don't even need to Baron empower it in order to make it a threat. Since the Vladimir can't address it, which means that the Zac is the only one that can get any sort of teleport, has to address it. And since he has Smite, it's like impossible.
Have you seen him use his teleport?
They care about Baron. Going after the inhib, taking it down super quick. Rawr doesn't even go for a fight.
Yeah, they can just wait for the super minions to pop in there. Don't need Baron. They might go for it anyway.
Having all 3 inhibs down is like impossible unless all 5 of your members are there.
Yeah, it kind of stinks because on the side of Rawr, you just pretty much know it's over at this point. It's going to take a miracle play to win the game, and they're just thinking, what can we do for the next game? How can we stop this for game 2?
I really like that ultimate from Omen. Like, that instant gave them that Baron because there was no way that Rawr could even get down there with the Smite fast enough to stop them.
Yeah, I wish I could know what the cooldown was on it. Oh, he's almost already up. It's a 60-second
third
cooldown.
level is really quick.
Yeah. So they're going to be able to just, if they want to, ult the super minions, just cut half that distance if they want to in the top lane, and just get them right there on the Nexus.
Well, they could even put it into another lane. Send 4 super minions into a single lane.
That's true. They could also
all lane up at the same time. But, I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. I feel like if you just 5v5 with a over 10k gold lead that you have...
12k gold lead. Can you believe that?
I'm not doing math right now.
I respect that.
Oh, actually going after the Vladimir. Vladimir pulls to escape. He would have been dead if he landed that. Zac going in, using his ult, but only a few shots from Jinx puts him down half health. Alistar actually does go in. They land the ult onto the Vayne. It looks like Naughty Nips is trying to disengage here. Goes after the Talon for a second. He does get away, but does get landed by the Rise. Holy crap. Wow, Talon not escaping far enough. They actually do flash forward to try and get, and they pop the Guardian Angel, but Vladimir does go in onto the Jinx, not able to take him down. Multiple members going down, not able to get back to the fountain, so Zac does actually go down.
The dive.
The dive from Rise, it does target the minions first, able to take down Vayne, end the game.
22-7, 15k gold lead. Wow. What a great game out of NN. Just really showing they still got it. They're not scared of anybody. They ran into that game against the number 4 team or number 3 team and showed no fear, went hard in the paint, came out with the victory. That's a great game out of NN.
Yeah, I agree with that. Nice rotations, able to out-rotate even of Talon. Plus the early ganks for Omen, him to get that Rod of Ages before it became punishable. He did get that Archangel Staff also, even showing that a new tier, extra mana. Really good, just overall by Bloodshot also, that Penta there.
Yeah, I'm really glad that Omen was able to come back on the team and really make a difference, showing that he definitely is a valuable member, a great player to watch, and a fun team to watch. NN is. So is Rawr. What a great match we had before us with some of the off-meta picks, I guess, with the TP Smite, and another great game on the side of Bloodshot, who is usually underlooked, but is now in the league and maybe in the top 5 plays for this week with that Penta.
I agree with that. All right, for advanced details on this game,
it'll be us today.
Here. Is Army coming in for this?
No, it's going to be you and me today.
All right. Well, the Shen there getting 10k. I think the maximum on red side was the Vladimir with 14. Rise
confirmed Vladimir the better top laner. We called it in the lane when he had that 1 CS lead.
Yeah, obviously. It was already
no, jokes aside.
The Rise also having a lot of damage, even compared to the Talon. The Talon only getting out 12k. In those team fights, he was able to just
one-shot and die.
A ton.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for Talon there. Like, played his win condition, which was one-shot the ADC. Unfortunately, one misplay late in the team fight led to 4 towers being taken, 2 inhibs, 1 Nexus tower, and 1 misplay against a team as high caliber as NN can lead to a loss like that.
Yeah, most definitely. Looking at the wards here. The vision score coming out from the Nami, getting a 54. Also with a 54 from the Alistar, though Alistar had a ton of wards placed, which means that if they did get ahead, I feel like his vision score would
have been higher. Yeah,
absolutely bonkers. As the closer the wards are to your base, the less points they give you, which is why he had a high wards play score versus a 54 vision score, which was the same as Nami.
Yeah, if you look at control wards purchased, actually, that was Green Boys coming out with 13 in a 30-minute game, which is just absolutely insane. But which is what I like to see, especially since, like I said, the track knife has been removed. Junglers need to stop being so stingy with their money and spend that money on the control wards, because as you can see, he had a pretty high vision score, which can come in handy.
Everybody did buy a control ward, 111 coming out from the Zac Talon and Vayne. It's really hard to buy a control ward when you are behind.
Yeah.
But you really do need to place that vision down if you are going to have like good map presence. Wards destroyed. Jinx did have a tons of ward destroyed as with the zombie ward. It's super important that you do get that zombie ward down.
Yeah, kind of shocked to see only 1 on the side of the Zac because he didn't run the Oracle alteration, and so he literally had nothing but his warding totem and 1 control ward throughout the entire game, which kind of goes to show you that control wards are your best friend. You do want to pick up more of those since you can't really run the sweeper anymore in the jungle. I think a lot of junglers are going to struggle with this change of not being able to have this many wards and being able to buy that sweeper every game. So, I mean, exciting, I guess. Need more wards. Good job.
I agree. I'll start up this next one right here. I'll invite Army.
Should be.
find my way home and stay here alone on my golden throne. And now I'm going alone. I'd rather find my way home than keep on fighting this alone. So help me find my way.
They say you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. And no, I don't wanna be alone in the world out there. I tried this, tried that, tried everything, coming right back. Won't you wait for me? I need you to stay right there. I'm coming right away, my dear. They say you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. And no, I don't wanna be alone in the world out there. I tried this, tried that, tried everything, coming right back. Won't you wait for me? I need you to stay right there.
be someone else. All we want is please. Giving no time to breathe. This is our identity.
Welcome back to the game. Naughty Nups versus Rawr. Naughty Nups taking game 1 on the back of a Penta from Bloodshot, and tons of damage coming out from their AD carry and mid laner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Was that classic Omen camp? Had Green Boys you get that mid lane ahead.
Rengar, you did just lag out there for me. Feels bad. It's okay.
What's right?
Yes, it is. I'm surprised on the Shen pick. I guess they were really annoyed by the ultimate coming out, and so they didn't make plays. It makes sense if you are going to play the Talon, it's going to be really hard to try and assassinate somebody. If the instant that you go for it, Shen just kind of gives them, like, double their health bar.
Thank you, Armin, for the cover. See
Goodbye.
you later. Your very first ban coming through is the Shen? No, the Vladimir.
The Vladimir is the last ban right here for
Alright,
Rawr.
my lobbies. My lobbies just shows a Fizz and Vlad ban on the side of Rawr, so probably
We're
not
not going
accurate.
to picking phase. Tarek does get picked up. I guess they're afraid of Barbie getting it. Unsure about that one. I feel like there's more contested picks, unless they're just really afraid of Barbie's Tarek.
Yeah, well, Tarek is Barbie's main. She is one of the best in the league, if not the best Tarek player in the league, so I definitely think it makes sense. I know when we faced him, Tarek was a pick or ban champion. It has to be, because she is just so confident, and her playstyle changes completely when she's on Tarek. She goes from a nice passive, I'll let my ADC die for the perfect KDA, to a, I need blood to live. So I can see why they would first pick it.
Very true. The Sedge coming out from Green Boys yet again.
Yeah, very strong pick, very comfortable with it. I'm shocked that they let him play Zac again. The first game was kind of RIP that Zac pick. Engages were questionable, build path was questionable, the TP of Smite was questionable, but maybe trusting Doki to come out with it, do a little something different, going a little more aggro. Probably not, but we'll see.
Especially against the Jinx, you really need to camp that lane and just allow Omen to do whatever. Since you know that they're gonna camp Omen's lane, you just like say whatever to that, and like you go Corki pick. Like Corki is really good at being able to escape with his W and able to just almost instantly clear the wave, as the Q is able to reach past the if you put it on the edge of the melee minions, you're able to hit the caster minions. So Omen picking up the Rise again, instead going maybe for a Talon pick. I don't think so. Yeah. Omen just picking up the Rise.
Making him nervous. Yeah, Rise is a safe champion, a strong champion, arguably the strongest with the new items that were introduced. Really shocked they didn't ban that away, because I feel like that was the root of most of their problems. I don't know, maybe more scared if they do ban out the Rise that he's going to go a more carry-oriented champion. I would rather just put him on a single target damage than something like an Orianna where he can affect the entire team fight.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid with the Rise, they're just going to look for another 6 to 11 minute 5-man dive bot lane like they did the first game. So hopefully Rawr can see that and prep this time. So if they don't have that lead, they can at least counterfight that, because they were just caught completely off guard last time it happened.
Most definitely. That Rise teleport, his ult being utilized, I think Omen used it. The times that he did use it, he used it pretty good. I didn't really see him use it a ton early. The later it got, the more it's useful, which makes sense. double ADC ban coming out from 90 Nips, I feel like that's a much better focus. Because again, you didn't have your support, so why are you limiting the support pool?
Yeah.
Jaina and probably another support here being banned out.
I would comment on the bans, but they're so skewed right now. It's not pretty.
What about them? Do you not like?
It's more the fact that I can't see them.
And
The fact that it's showing that Zac is banned, Tarek is banned, Rise is banned, and Sejuani is banned, yet they're still being picked. So might want to hand this one over to you.
yeah, that's really messed up. I apologize.
What's
about
actually
that.
banned?
Anami, they banned Alawi, Sion, and Fizz from Naughty Nips. And Rawr banned the Shen, the Azir, and the Vladimir. And the Shen is the weird one in that, like, I guess they were really afraid of GVG's Shen, and they didn't want Omen to get Vladimir again, and so they banned it out instead of picking it.
I think that AoE bubble of safety was just a lot to deal with, especially with that shield that came in and saved quite a few members
That's what
quite a
I
few
said.
times. So.
We're on the same page there. I like that.
Yes.
Caitlyn does get picked up. It is the best lane bully against Jinx. You either match the hyper carry or you just try to beat them in lane. Maybe like a Lucian, might have been a better pick, but I guess
Lucian's
really
troll
bad
if
in
it's
the late
ADC.
game.
I don't want it on my team unless it's being played top or mid. Get that garbage out of my game.
Okay.
I missed the Cassian versus Lucian matchups. I think that was one of the most exciting patches that we had when they were facing off, and I cannot wait for a few more sweet Lucian buffs so I can force my mid laner on it. But as of now, pretty much giving NN the exact same comp they had last game, except for the Vladimir. I can't comment because again the bans are backed up.
So
Basically, no Shen
Rawr
this
took
time.
Vladimir. Rawr took Vladimir, but they banned it out this time. And so instead, GVG, instead of playing the Shen, which was banned, he's playing another kind of split pusher like that in Trundle. It'll be a little bit harder because Shen is able to join the match, the fight, the instant he presses R, which is a little different from the teleport that has to come through before Trundle's able to affect. It'll be interesting to see if Rawr is able to utilize that. And I think, again, it's just you need to pressure bot lane in order to stop Jinx from getting ahead, because Naughty Nips is just playing the same game, just with a little less map presence, and I think that they can execute.
Yeah, GVG actually got the counter pick there, I believe. I think the Yorick was picked before the Trundle, so maybe played into that matchup again. Maybe just wants to counteract the split push that Yorick usually brings. Trundle only gets better the later the game goes, and so does Yorick, so I'm very interested to see who will come out with the victory in that department. Who will be the better split pusher, or will they just look to team fight?
It depends on who has the 1 CS lead at the 4-minute mark.
Yes,
You
very
can
true.
already tell from there.
That's true. That will determine the outcome of the top lane. Maybe not the match, as it can be misleading, but we're not worried about the match. We're worried about who wins lane, not who wins game.
I feel
Very
like those
shocked.
two are very similar.
Yeah,
Lane
I definitely
game.
think so in terms of how they're played. Ability-wise, not the most similar. Who would you rather take in this matchup? Would you rather take the Yorick, who has the team fight presence, or would you rather take the Trundle that usually wins lane and can just shred towers with his Q?
I think it'll depend on how they play. Really, I would like to take the Trundle here, as Yorick does have really strong strip and split push, but if Trundle does get just a little bit ahead, he's going to be able to just absolutely crap on Yorick and take down Yorick's ult, even if they're both wailing on him, and the Trundle clear, I think, is going to be a little bit cleaner, as you just auto Titanic, auto Q, and the entire wave is obliterated, versus Yorick cannot do the same type of auto resets that Trundle can.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for Sale here, having to pick up the Corki just for the lane safety, knowing he's going to get camped, and I think it's the right call in terms of picking a safe mid laner. I don't know if it was the best mid laner to pick, just because usually with Corki, you have to wait till super late to start one-shotting people, or to get your Triforce and Static and IE and all these things, and Rapid Fire. But if he's not really looking to be in the team fights, then Corki was a perfect pick for just staying alive in lane.
Though the longer that you wait in this team fight in this game, I think that Jinx and Rise, especially in the mid game, as soon as Rise gets to 2 items, Jinx gets to 2 items, Caitlyn falls off after Infinity Edge / Rapid Fire Cannon,
And that's why I think it wasn't the best mid laner pick. It makes sense for the safety, but I think there's better champions to pick.
I agree with you.
I mean, it's
interesting
something
if
that
Zach is gonna have a lot of presence, because that'll also affect everything.
one thing that I think might have been better. Now, I don't play mid lane that much, so I'm not 100% versed on this. But like Cassidy, as soon as he hits 6, he's pretty safe, and it's pretty easy to avoid a Sejuani gank pre-6 as long as you know you're gonna get camped, so you know it's coming. So just play safe, freeze the lane. Granted, he can't be dived, but by the time she hits 6, he'll be hitting 6, and he can just ult out of it. But he loves playing those assassin types as well. So if he plays that Cassidy, then not only does he get the assassinations that he loves with Talon, but he also has the safety of his ultimate.
Yeah. If you know that you're gonna get ganked, that does make sense. If you allow Ryze to push you in, which Ryze is gonna have a lot of wave clear versus the Cassidy is not gonna be able to push that out really far, does mean that you'll get pushed in continuously. Though I do get what you're saying, that as soon as you hit 6, like Sej comes out, Q ult, you can just ult.
Yeah,
and suddenly it doesn't matter where she ulted, as long as she didn't predict you, like, insanely.
Yeah, I'm really shocked letting the Ryze go through not only once, considering he is the best mid laner on the current patch, and then 2, why give it to him a second time after he popped off the first? I mean, he can literally set up his jungler to gank his lane with his W.
We're probably going to see another, just like we saw last game, an early game from Sej and then a repeat gank after the flash is blown. It'll be interesting if Corki is wary of that and does actually try to get away from burning his flash early. Because as soon as you burn your flash, for the next 5 minutes, you're campable, and that'll be the time frame that Green Boy Zoo does want to camp.
And I think it's worth losing the experience early to just play safe so you don't have to blow your flash. Because not dying early for Sale is pretty much his only priority this game.
Yeah.
I don't really see him winning lane against a Ryze, and I don't... Which he tried last time with Talon, which arguably should win early, and he couldn't do it on that, so I don't see him doing it on Corki, especially when you know the Sejuani is going to be camping. Just lose the XP. Take the loss early, but win the game for your team.
And if you are getting pushed in, just sorry, not being pushed in. If the wave freezes near to his tower and you can't go up there to get the experience, just call your jungler nearby, right?
Yeah,
you know that you're going to get ganked. There's
100%.
No reason why the jungler can't just counter gank for you, because Corki should win against a Ryze, especially early.
That was my biggest question, was where was the Zac? Literally an early game jungler, far more so than Sejuani.
Yeah.
Didn't counter gank, didn't really gank, just kept counter jungling, which is okay, but not really when you have a slow clear speed like Zac. It was very strange.
Sorry, little yawn there. It'll be interesting if Zac does get a leash this game, because that was weird that he didn't. I'm very confused why he didn't. A 5-man setup seems like from Rawr, from Naughty Nips, and Rawr setting up a 3-man point.
Yeah, making sure they don't 5-man that bush. I don't like the side of Rawr not really doing the 5-man either game. I think it's really risky, and I think that if teams are paying attention to watching these games, that's going to be something that's exploited really easily in future matches.
Yeah. 5-man into Tribush, and then suddenly Caitlyn, who's all alone right now.
Yeah, not the greatest strategy. Look at that BM coming out of Green Boy Zoo, showing he's not afraid, spamming that emote. Then you gotta hit him with the all chat. Nice.
Wait a second.
Don't.
How to get banned? 101.
Yeah,
I mean, if you want me to get banned, Rengar, I'll get banned for you.
I hate telling people to die on the sword for me, but it'd be a pretty good meme if somebody just hit him with the all chat nice next game.
Like the Sej after spamming, or like the Corki saying like nice emote.
No. You don't flame if you're getting emoted on. That's like when a hater dabs back. If you're dabbing on a hater, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just dab back.
I'm not flaming. I'm not flaming, of course, because I'm saying nice emote. You know. And that's not flaming.
I like it.
Not a bannable offense. Not a bannable offense. Early trading does go down mid lane. Unsure who really won that. I think it's fairly even.
Top lane trading.
Yeah, winning early, like we said, until Yorick does get the ultimate up, your kit is fairly weak. You really need that additional damage that you get if your ultimate is on GVG.
I like it. The raw trading on the top lane. Hit a few minions, threaten to hit each other, but don't actually do it. Heaven forbid you actually hit each other.
Nah, I don't want to hit you. They're friendly.
Friends. Exactly.
He's like,
peace time till
don't
6.
do this.
Only farm till 6, please. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's sure. You know, whatever.
That's what looks like's going on. Mendy.
The Ghoul's going after GVG. He's able to take him down one by one. Get your friends out of here. Oh, the stun going in from the Taric, going after the Jinx. Bunch of trading go down, but not a lot of real effects there.
Green
It seems
Boyzu
Mendy is
ganking
actually
early.
going
What
after
is
the
that?
Yorick. The Yorick tries just to get, but the teleport coming in seems like he will go down before
Cancel it.
the teleport does get canceled.
Yeah, I just don't know what Zach is doing. And now he's gonna
All right,
get...
well, that's why you get teleport on your jungler, and don't do anything with it. No flame.
Yeah, unluck. First game didn't really utilize the teleport very much. Tried to do something there, but the timer on that is just so long for it to actually complete. The flash
You
could have
needed
been
to do
used
it
the second game.
instant, so it showed up,
Yeah,
but it didn't.
maybe not the communication, or maybe the communication is not the best. Speaking of which, I don't know. I just feel like there's better things to pick than Unsealed Spellbook with TP Smite, but
You know, if it's,
I
if
guess
it's
we'll find
gonna
out.
work out for him, he is in 4th place.
that's true. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything Zach could have done there better, but I don't think it should be Sejuani that's getting the first gank off. I feel like in a Sejuani Zach matchup, it's always the Zach. But
what?
The gank's first.
Yeah, the Zac should most definitely gank first. It doesn't make sense to have the Sej do something. It's like some trading going down in mid lane. Corki does get the rotation first, though the Rise is there to add in. Trundle does
Trundle's
get in there. It doesn't seem like Corki realizes it, and so the Q actually does come out. The permafrost from the Sej, almost able to take him down. Corki does flash away, but
Wow.
Omen travels even further after the Zac does get in there, able to land the Q, autos the attack, so he comes actually back. Let's see if he could actually get the kill here.
The shield!
Unable to, the shield
Clutch
actually
hero
does
save!
save him. Sej is in the area. Can
Well,
actually
that's a
Sej
little
get the
aggro.
kill, but flashes away to escape the auto attack from the Corki. Almost goes down to the caster minion bolts. That was very exciting.
They are making sure you never yawn in their game again.
But lots of
Gotcha.
trading going down bot lane. Taric's done, able to land on the Nami. The Jinx actually trading back against the Taric. He almost goes down, but Caitlyn is trying to land more trades, exhaust use there, after the fight's complete.
Just popping that
Oh,
disrespect.
Sej almost goes down. Oh, he does! Oh, Green Boyzu! What are you doing?
I think that's our first streamed execute.
That is, I think that is too.
Ooh,
Oh,
look at the
missing
tilt
going
ping
down
coming
too.
through.
Oh, unsure if that's
tilted.
him or if that's Flame.
The KDA is spoiled. Now what is he even playing for?
Just quit the
Unlucky.
game, dude. FF right
Just
now.
forfeit. Hit him with a forfeit on all chat and AFK.
Trundle does go in, gets him down, gets Yorick down to about half health. Yorick does escape there. Really nice pillar by GVG, able to get him away after going near the wall, which is a mistake if you are getting traded on by Trundle and losing.
Yeah, kind of interesting to see.
Oh, the Zac
Oh.
going in against the Nami.
He's
Not able
ganking!
to
What
land
is happening?
but the stun there
What?
from Taric, almost landing after the flash. Zac landed no CC.
He hit minions on both parts of the queue. He
Like,
didn't actually
yeah.
landed on anybody.
The second part is an auto.
Yeah.
He
That's why I'm
auto the
confused.
minion.
That's okay. You can throw the Q on the minion, and then with the second auto attack, just hit the champion. But he just hit another minion. He's like, I don't really want this game.
The Caitlyn trading a bunch of damage on the Nami. Nami's almost going down. About
He does not seem
third
comfortable on the
health.
Zac deck. Sorry, side note. Continue.
no, that's okay. You can go.
No, don't make me feel bad for interrupting you. Alright. No, I was just saying, the Zac pick, I don't know why you pick it 2 games in a row if you're not going to gank early and if you're not comfortable on the champion. I could even see, like, and then banning it out and just letting him have his Scion. Because the Scion performance wasn't, like, sad to say, but wasn't as good as the Zac performance. So I don't know why they kept banning the Scion, but,
Didn't he get his Q first on Sion? Bax's Q?
yeah.
Hmm.
In the jungle. That's why I'm a little confused on why they were banning out the Scion instead of the Zac. But I guess it doesn't really matter when they play about the same on both champions.
I mean, at
Unlucky.
least on Sion, your job is to farm.
Yeah?
Versus missing CC on Zac is kind of...
I mean, just throw the man on Yi and he'll be fine. I mean,
guess.
TP Smite, Flash Smite, doesn't matter. You're going to int on that champion anyway, so.
There's no reason to play anything that just, like, isn't matching the play
just
style, right?
give him T-Well in the jungle. What else could happen? No, I'm just kidding. No Flame Marino. Doki's a good friend of mine.
Tarek does
So
use...
yeah, quit talking trash, Gay Wayne.
No, I would never. Doki's the best, dude.
Confirmed, Doki's
Army
best
has
jungler.
no idea what he's talking about. You max Q on Sion in the jungle always.
Facts. I'm back to the game.
Tarek,
Sejuani.
what I want to highlight is he used
Yeah.
his Relic Shield on a caster minion instead of the Siege minion that's about to go down, which I always find kind of funny that you should always use your Relic Shield on a melee minion because you push more, you're able to actually take it down instantly versus, and you share the money, but a bunch of trading going down in bottom and middle,
He's fast.
and top. Zach is trying to look for a gank, but the wards there will stop him.
Is it confirmed red side top lane is better? Because now Trundle's smacking around the Yorick.
Oh yeah, it's
Got the
always red
level
side.
lead. And now he has the 5 farm lane lead at 8 minutes.
Yeah, I think he's gonna. Yorick's gonna be behind here for a little bit as he did respect the level up front Trundle, as he didn't have his level 7. He's about to in just 1 second. It's
Yeah,
not a
Shock
big
was
level
getting
advantage.
out-traded there. I mean, he had the Sheen completed, and he was still getting out-traded by GBG.
Yeah, very true. I guess the Doran's Blade does do a lot. Green Voizu does show in the mid lane. Corki has to back up to his tower in order to CS, and it seems like the Caitlyn has a 20-ish CS seed.
Yeah,
CS
having to make
lead
up for the
against
mid lane
Jinx.
deficit on the side of
Yeah.
Corki. Trying to look at
Corki just-
itemization, anything crazy. Not really. Boots picked up really early by both teams.
Going straight for Infinity Edge on Caitlyn. You could go for Rapid Fire Cannon. I do like Infinity Edge first when I used to play her.
You build rapid fire when you're scared, and he ain't scared of anybody right now. He's got that
Of course
CS
not.
lead. His jungler's making plays.
Yeah, the instant that they see the Zac top lane means they go for Dragon, able to almost take it down to half health before anybody responds. Corgi does show over there, able to get vision, but unable to actually stop it, as the smite from Green Boy Zoo should stop it.
Oh, I thought
There
it
you
stole
go.
it. I thought the
I
Q
thought it
had
was stolen
stolen
for
it
a
from the
second, too.
Caitlyn. Yeah, very good rotations again, which seems to be just
Yeah.
the butter on the toast, or their bread and butter. That's what it is.
There-
Seems
there
to be
you
their
go.
bread and butter. Out rotating the other team.
Yeah.
Lose lane, win game, baby. Out rotate.
Corki having to W away. I feel like mid tower is about to go down here. Zac going and showing top lane, unable to actually do anything, means that they have to give away the dragon for free, which is absolutely insane. They should at least try to do something in top lane.
Yeah, a little questionable. I mean, GVG was falling back and just checking to make sure that he wasn't getting counter invaded. Zac had started the Rift Herald, but decided to not continue it. And now Sejuani knows.
Yeah, Sejuani clearing out some wards there. Just a lot of CSing going around the entire map. Corki is trying to rotate. There is a ward on the opposite side of Dragon Pit just shown on. And so now Naughty Neps do know Sej is topside, and the Corki ult being used, only used to get a little bit of damage. Sej does go in, uses the ult, the flash from Nendi, unable to actually, any CC gets landed. Unsure about that flash, but you know, whatever you don't feel safe about, just flash away from.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. Misplays on both sides of the map from both sides of the team. Both team sides. Unfortunate. I think that it was just a good vision control from NN while taking the dragon that allowed them to survive there. Corki, unfortunately, still going in. I don't think that was the right play.
The package might have been almost up.
Oh, that's also true. I would rather have him use it go back mid lane, though, and just farm, considering he's
That's
so
true.
far behind.
Use it to just clear the wave. That way the Rise has to be there. And then rotate
Exactly.
again bot lane. Yeah, it makes more sense. But Zac actually does go in against the Nami.
Zac!
Able to pull it back into the Corki. Almost able to escape. Though they are diving the Jinx right now. The Caitlyn able to auto him to death. Flashes over the trap. They actually do land the Q auto there. Means that they whoa! Tarek flashing over, giving ultimate on Corki. Unable to actually do anything. It does take tower aggro. And then Zac goes down in the back after Tarek also dies to tower. Nobody taking turn.
Look, that was kind of a split fight. Like, 2 were focused on the support and 2 were focused on the ADC, and unfortunately gave NN enough time to rotate. NN played it as well as they could have. It wouldn't have been hard to not screw that up. But unlucky? Question mark?
Sure. I think unlucky for the
For
second
Rawr.
time. Yeah, unlucky for Rawr.
Yeah.
They played it perfectly, but Omen
They
landing.
just got outplayed. Nothing
Yeah.
they could do. Oh, look.
It's okay. It's okay. They can recover here. Rift Trail being picked up. If this gets turned into 2 towers, I don't see a way that Rawr is able to come back into the game.
Yeah, I
should
mean, when
use
you
it-
give up pretty much the same roster of the same team comp, the second game,
Mm-hmm.
the exact same thing's gonna happen. Especially when you don't change up your picks that much either.
Like, the Shen ult was the only thing that would have changed from last game, which would have mattered, but it didn't matter. And
It would have
So-
mattered if it mattered.
if it mattered, if the dive was executed perfectly, it would have mattered, but like,
I mean,
The-
Shen wasn't what was winning that game.
yeah,
it was the-
Zac actually going in the, it stops the Zac from diving. That's very confusing. How the tower actually does stop Zac from moving. That's, wow, I've never actually seen that before.
Man, Trundle's broken, confirmed. He picked it for that reason, I guarantee it.
Yeah. He even stupefied me for a second.
Yeah, a lot more vision. No, I forgot. Just the same vision
Blue
control
side-
for NN again. Just keeping
Yeah.
majority
They have
of it.
4 vision, like pink wards on the map right now, with 4 in inventory, versus Rawr has 1, and they have 1 on the map in bot side. Like, I think there's 2 wards on the map for Rawr, and that's absolutely ridiculous that they think that they can try to out-rotate. But actually, Corki getting dive from the Sedge. Zac actually does show up, able to ult and try to get the Sedge back into the tower. Corki almost going down. The Sedge does have to flash away from the tower. Almost use it. But he looks to be using Rift Tail right now. Yes, he does, to try and take down this tower. Corki will be unable to stop it. Sedge backing, not actually using it on the tower, means that the mid tower will go down to that huge burst. But in the top, Trundle actually using his ult to try to escape from the Yorick. And again, it's that ult that's super important. He does actually go back in. Doesn't seem to be putting down a lot more damage, but the W comes out so that he can get an extra auto attack. But again, it's those ghouls that are able to just hit him in the back that's stopping him from really winning any trades.
Gwen,
Corki
can you
go-
hear me?
Yes, I can.
Thank the Lord. I'm catching up now. Did Army cover for me like the beautiful creature he is?
I don't think we realized that you were actually gone.
Unlucky.
I was talking for a majority of that. There was a few fights. Though Rise and Sedge looking at the top lane, trying to catch out the York. Able to catch out the York. No ult used yet. But Yorick does seem to be almost going down. The Permafrost, also a fight in the bot lane, going against the Nami, almost able to pick him up. The stun from the Caitlyn, able to take him down. Trundle does teleport into top lane to try and pick up the Yorick. Yorick does look to be going down yet again. It looks like they're giving it to the Omen. Omen able to pick it up. Yes,
Feed the Omen, baby, finally.
always. No, he was a, he said did Army because he DC'd there for a second.
Did you
That was-
cover for me, Army? You lost your chance.
No problem. Zac does look almost to dive this tower. It is going down for Rawr. That is really good that they are getting this map presence. Are they going to dive the Jinx here? The Zac looks like he wants it, but I think they're just going for the tower. Never mind, Zac goes deep. The ult used from the Caitlyn, able to take Jinx down even further, but Jinx just backs up and it's totally okay. It seems like Corki is about to be taken. Oh, well, Omen? Oh, whoa, Omen! Master Play is able to trap the Corki, almost able to take him down in the EQ combos, able to trap him. The heal used from Corki to try to escape. I don't see. Whoa, the dodge from Corki, able to escape from the
He's
Rise.
scripted!
Is he able to escape here? The W used and Rise, the master plan from Omen, unable to pick up the Corki. Holy moly!
No,
Oh,
GG!
the scuttle goes in on the Corki.
He's hungry!
Almost able to take him out. Oh, able the team at taking him out. And drag
GG
goes
having the
for
map
money.
awareness, got the top tower when they were trading the bot tower for it. He comes out in the jungle out of nowhere, one angry troll, and he gets the Corki.
Holy moly, dude. The Rise ulting to get like super far away. I was unsure about that. And then
calculated.
it worked out. Yeah, it was totally calculated actually.
Ooh, Green Boys, we might get caught out here. Nope, just used right over the wall. I still had the passive, takes almost no damage. And now every lane is snowball, and what looked to be a proactive play by the side of Rawr has been turned around in NN's favor.
Yes, a gold lead for 90 Nips developing yet again. A 2 point, I'm gonna say 3K gold lead almost. No
Yeah,
mass here.
Zac And Sejuani actually going for the same build path. Sejuani has no reason to change as it worked so well. Zach figured he would have learned, especially since he's not really landing all of his engages. The Warbox would be really helpful just for the extra health to survive long enough for him to ult back out. But honestly,
Like,
his E's escape have been subpar.
Doesn't provide like a ton of resistances. Like you get that shield, but the real reason why that shield is so good is because you get it for your entire team.
Yeah.
And you really need that health in order to utilize it. I don't understand why he's not going for Warmogs first. Kindle Gem. Kindle Gem is the item that I was thinking about. I didn't realize Kindle Gem built into Warmogs, so I did not think that Sej was building Warmogs.
You're baiting the audience and you're baiting me, man. She's
Yes,
not
I
building
did.
Warmogs.
I baited you both. You baited, dude. It was all planned.
Yeah, it looks like
Seems
they're
like-
hovering on top side.
Yeah, Nottingham's trying to transition into the second tower on top
That's
side.
kind of strange because the bot lane tier 1 is still up, which you think
Oh,
they would be.
Chondo would be able to take that out fairly
Yeah.
easily if he does get down there, and it looks like he's about to. Yorick is trying to answer that, though I'm unsure how well he will go with this gold lead on this Jinx. I think the Jinx will be able to outpoke the Caitlyn in the mid game, as that's where Caitlyn is weakest.
Yeah, more just
they
trying to
actually
bait them
do
towards the
spot
top
out the
side.
Zach. Zach does escape with his E. It
Damn.
seems like Tarek is there to back him up. The Rise unable to get any trading damage, and Sej is all the super far away. I don't know why Red is looking for a fight when it's basically a 4v3.
Ooh, the minion damage. Both have Triforce completed. Both have Ninja Tabi. Speaking of which,
They both do tons of damage.
both do tons of damage. T-Mat, though, on the side of the 2-0 Trundle, which is that little bit of extra damage. Does have the Corrupting Potion on the side of the Yorick, so that helps with the trading. But if Yorick can get his ultimate, and Trundle doesn't use his immediately, he could end up coming away with the win in that team, not the team fight, but in that 1v1 fight.
Yeah. It seems like Nottingham is looking for another E Baron again, though Trundle is going for the tower, able to get traded on from the pillar, just actually pushes him closer, but Yorick
I
does
think he
not
could have
follow.
fought that.
Yeah,
I mean, they
think
don't
so.
have their tier 1 minions, so I feel like Yorick should have all in there when he had the jump on him. Maybe just showing a little too much respect to GBG. Question, is there a weird little floaty thing that is like 5 feet away from Tarek floating around on your screen?
No.
Okay. Well, they're gonna... Green Boy Zoo's gonna miss his Q, and Zach's gonna miss his jump. Thumbs up the jungle game pretty well. But now they're gonna look to trade. This money.
They're actually going in onto the final fight. Yorick using his ultimate in invulnerability. Caitlyn putting out a lot of damage onto the Jinx. Jinx almost going down. The Zac does go down in the backline. It seems Omen getting onto the Caitlyn,
deep,
almost
boys!
able to take him down. Holy moly, the sun coming out. Almost
The
able to take
shields!
out the Omen, but the shield's coming out from Omen, able to take down the Corgi.
Omen's OP!
Tarek going down also to Omen. Omen going super deep there, able to pick it up. Holy moly, that was... Why was my
just
camera
clean.
elsewhere?
He sidestepped everything. He managed to get the shields. His team was right there to support him, and they're going to take that tower and take that. Nope, they're going to back out. But Omen playing that to perfection. Canceling the ultimate. I don't know if he canceled the ultimate from the Caitlyn, but he did one-shot her. Managed to survive with the heal, and then managed to sidestep every single skill shot from 3 players and stay alive for his team to support him.
Yeah,
Tunnel's going to
getting
trade his
down the
life for
second,
that tower as well.
Plus GVG trying to go for the bot lane, that demolish stack, almost taking it out. Why is he backing up if there's more minions? But okay.
Calculated, I guess. Maybe waiting for his demolish proc to go
Going
back up,
for
just
Baron,
stalling
though.
so that his team can get the Baron. Nope.
Yeah.
He's even backing. I don't know what he's doing.
Neither TP used from either team here in the last team fight, which is very surprising, as it was super lengthy. I think that could have turned the fight, though it could have given the... It could have given bot tower, if Yorick did TP. But, I mean, turning that fight was more important.
I mean, I'm just confused on the side of GVG on why, first of all, he didn't take the tower himself without the Baron buff, but then he could have even stayed, just took the tower with the Baron buff, so either way it was a win-win. But both of them decided to back off. Kind of strange. But what do I know? I'm not a top laner. I'm only the best jungle in the league. Hehe XD. Come on, you're supposed to say, yeah, you are. Thank you for joining me on this caster desk.
No, you are the best jungler in the league. I don't even think you need to say it anymore, because everybody knows it. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Meanwhile, Doki's taking his red buff. Looks like Garen Bees. Ooh.
Yeah, Naughty Nips looking to try and get that bot tower plus the dragon here. Is that, what is that? Oh no, a trade going down. The Sej going deep into the bot and flashing away. Holy moly. Nami getting a bubble, trying to get the wards down. Does actually kill the ward before the control ward gets picked. It is going to be another Windrake, which is pretty important as you do get the near 4%, I believe. Yeah, 8%. No. 50 out of combat movement speed.
Something like that. Now you get movement speed in combat too. Sejuani looking to go. Ultra Zac.
Wow, Sejuani going deep onto the Zac. Not able to take him down. The Yorick ultimate, the Rise ultimate into the backline. Omen does go down early, which is super important. Trundle trying to get, Zac trying to get onto the backline. Trundle taking down the Caitlyn. But also the Corki, is he able to sustain himself? No, he is not. Holy moly. Super scared. Yorick deep in the backline. Jinx almost goes for him, but unable to.
This game is not nearly as clean cut as the first one. Rawr doing everything in their power.
But they're going back on the Sej, able to entrap the Yorick for Caitlyn, for Jinx to get there. Holy moly, I'm so mixed up right now. I don't know what just went on.
Yeah, every member from every team is everywhere they can be. They all want to just die, which I can understand. But you gotta hide it a little bit. You can't just run it down in the jungle and say, no, dude, we're trying to team fight. At this point, I think both teammates are just trying to throw each other at themselves?
Yeah.
Throw themselves at each other.
Like, I don't know why Sej flashed so early. If you do have your Q. Like, you just Q back over the wall and it's completely fine.
Don't start questioning the flashes now. We had a few questionable ones top lane, a few questionable ones bot lane, and we definitely had a few questionable flashes mid lane.
Most definitely.
At this point, a questionable flash is a real flash.
Yeah, you really need that flash for the next team fight if you're going to be aggressive with. You really need to land that ult on the Corki or the Caitlyn, and if you do that, you will win the fight. Jinx picking up red buff, trying to get as far ahead as you can. I
just got so confused. Doki for the win is also the support's name. Doki for the waifu. I thought it was the same person, and I was like, wait a minute. Omega lol.
Green, Zac still not going for the Warmogs yet. I feel like maybe that Cinder Gem is going for it, but I think he needed it before now. Like the Locket of Iron Solari is easier to get, and
he bought a third item last game too. I think he's just waiting too long to get it.
Yeah, that Relic Shield going into Targon's Brace, I believe, which like at this point it's too late. Like you needed that either first instead of Locket, or you needed a Warmogs first instead of Locket. Like mix up your building order, dude. Sorry, Doki.
Unluck.
You're the third best jungler in the league.
Third best jungler in the league, baby.
Ranking that we have right now. Can't really remember. The Demolish stack being used. Zac going deep into the backline, unable to pick up the Jinx. Jinx autoing all that she wants in this team fight. Omen flashing back to try and escape. The invulnerability means that Taric will survive extremely long, but this gold lead is being used right now. The Sej ult being able to entrap the Taric there, but unable to pick up any more kills other than those two. Takes the turret. Oh, Sej going super deep, almost able to land a stun onto the Yorick. But now they're backed up to their inhib tower. Will they stay? 99ups will stay to try and pick this up. Are they flash? What? What's going on? Able to take down the inhib. I guess Rengar DC yet again. That's okay. Able to take down a second inhib too. They're taking this lead and they're pushing it to the maximum. Omen caught out actually. The stun coming in, almost able to land. Able to escape the ult away from Corki. Able to only take him down, though they are trading back onto the... Nope, they're just resetting the fight. Huh?
What's front to back? What's front to back team fighting when you can just throw yourselves at them?
Yeah, what's the point of that? You know.
I love watching Omen get aggressive. He doesn't usually play this aggro, but now that the new items that are in the game right now and the current buff to specific items, he can do this.
The ult used from the Nami to try and disengage, not landing on anybody. They should really just reset. Like, the package from Corki is able to just obliterate them if he uses it right. Trundle peeling off to try and get some vision ward or to flank, either or. I think that Naughty Nips just has to give up this turret. There's no reason to hold it. Is Sej gonna get caught out? She uses the Q onto the Zac, He is rooted, actually. The Taric able to come out before it matters. Corki almost going down to the backline. Sej chasing
Nobody's
after
hitting
him.
the Jinx.
Jinx is actually able to take down the Yorick, and now they just have to disengage. Zach being taken down also. No ult being used. Rise with the backline ultimate and is in another penta. It will not be just yet. He does have the ultimate. It will be able to be used against the Corki. Will it be used? The flash W
Forget
from the
winning the
Corki
game.
able to
Go
escape.
for the penta.
Why is he not going
No, they're
to?
just
Does still have the ultimate coming out. Yes! No! Yes! The penta kill from Bloodshot able to happen yet again. 2 games in a row. Corki almost able to escape, but goes back right into the ultimate. Taken down. Second Nexus taken down. Exploded from Rawr. 90 nips 2-0 in a powerful both games. Holy moly.
Oh my god. You don't hit that Jinx and she gets a penta every time. Face roll on the keyboard. Doesn't matter. You get great game out of Bloodshot.
Yeah, super good game.
Keep talking trash on this man, he'll keep performing. Wow, what a game. Wonderful game. The KDAs, unlucky for Green Boise being that front line. Not as clean as the first one, but let's be honest. The only people really playing for KDAs are the ADC.
I guess.
So, we'll go ahead and move on to the stats. The damage first, because that's the first thing everybody looks at. Yorick actually out-damaging the Trundle, even though the Trundle looked like he was getting ahead on the damage. Corki doing a little bit more than the Trundle as well, but not nearly as much as Omen. Caitlyn actually having the second most damage in the game, while Jinx was first. Just auto-attacking away.
Yeah. Rise unable to do more damage than the Caitlyn in those team fights. Like both teams had a really messy second game. Maybe Rawr cleaned it up a little bit in those team fights, made it a little bit more scattered, though I don't think that was like in those team fights on purpose.
Was it Rawr that played it better, or was it NN that got overconfident?
I think that Rawr played it better early, as they didn't get like outmaneuvered as far as they could, and Doki had more of a presence in the game. Though again, it's like, why is Sej ganking first again? Like that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, if you look at the damage on Nami, actually doing more than both junglers, just to show how little impact they had in the second game. The first game was a little bit different, but Barbie's showing she knows how to use the champion that she's comfortable on, and even though there may have been a little bit questions about going to Nami both games, it worked out for her.
Most definitely. For damage, I do think that Corki maybe had also a disappointing performance. If you are playing Corki, you should be R spamming for a majority of the time.
Yeah.
But unable to really get out a lot of poke damage means that he didn't have like a good pickup. I don't think that he was ever ahead, but you should most definitely be trying to do something on Corki that leads to more damage than the Yorick.
And if we want to go ahead and turn down to the vision score now, what are your thoughts on that? Zach definitely stepping it up a little bit, knowing he was behind. So keep that in mind. The people that are behind could actually have insane stats. So we'll go ahead and look at the wards placed first. And much better overall out of the side of Rawr.
Yeah, wards placed.
19? Wow, on 2 members of NN, 19 wards placed.
Yeah, it was a quicker game, but I do think that both sides could work on wards. Though a lot of the time it was Naughty Nips just placing down a bunch. Like one time, I think when we were talking about it, Naughty Nips had 4 control wards placed like near river and 1 in tri. 3 of them in river and 1 of them in tri-bush, and had a bunch of other wards out. Yeah, you should have 5 down first of
all the time. Yeah,
but then like having 4 down versus the 1 that Rawr had means that like Naughty Nips had much better rotations. And they caught out Corki, so he wasn't able to get ganks. They caught out Zach, so he wasn't able to get ganks. They knew where everybody was going, and so were like able to play around that.
Yep, and if we go ahead and turn down to wards destroyed, 9, or not 9, English, 6, the upside down 9, on the side of Sejuani, and 3 out of the side of Zach. Sejuani really picking it up, 4 on the side of Barbie, actually doing better than everybody on the side of Rawr. Was very well played by the Sejuani, though, to destroy 6 wards. And when you have that zombie ward, it is so much easier to get the enemy vision and the vision that you need, you know, for killing the ward to get a free ward.
Yeah, I would have liked to see more on Jinx, as I'm unsure if Sej has the zombie ward, but Jinx most definitely has the zombie ward. And maybe a little bit more roaming. Like, it's okay if you miss a single minion or 2 if you get down a deep ward, and then that deep ward might save you over the next minute.
She not run zombie ward? Sejuani?
I'm unsure if she did.
Now, can you? That's unlucky. What could have been a lot of vision could have been a lot more vision. Still really well played though. And if we move on to the last one, control wards purchased. I'm still looking at damage. 11, 2 less than last game on the side of the Sejuani. Granted, it was 2 minutes less of game time, so still outstanding amount of wards out of the Sejuani. The top lane and Trundle getting none this time. 1 on Caitlyn and Corki, but 5 on the side of Barbie. So really knowing the economy to be able to buy so many control wards.
Yeah, I think 11 is. I don't know if that's outdoing it. I want to know if a control ward, like how often did a control ward that he placed get just die because he placed another? And especially if you're not having 5 out on the map, because Trundle never purchased one, which means that one was never on the map for him. There's no reason why you have to purchase 11. I would like to see that more evenly distributed and have that, like, 4 would probably be a good number to have, like, in all games. If that's your average, I feel like that's super good. If you want to go higher, if you can, 11 might be pushing it, but it depends on if a bunch of his control words just died because he was placing them in like super deep spots, which you can say is good or bad.
I know the first game he liked to carry 3 on him at all times, and at the end game he still had 1 on him. So I don't know how effectively they were being used, but as long as they're being bought, I like to see it.
They're more effective if they're bought, you know.
Yeah, in late games, it definitely helps to have more than 1 control ward, because if the enemy team starts up Baron, your regular wards aren't going to cut it, and if you lay down a control ward, they're going to immediately break it. So in that sense, for objective controls, it's really smart to buy 2 or more. And that's why I really respect him buying so many. I don't think you can really outdo it as a jungler when it comes to control words, because you don't have the trackers item. And even if you use it and it gets destroyed, you can still like replace it in a different spot. And sometimes when you're clearing your own jungle, because you can't go the sweeper, you have to just put one in this bush. Okay, whatever, just let it be destroyed because you have to place down another one in the next bush to clear your own jungle, which is a really inefficient way to do it. But unfortunately, sometimes that's the way you have to when you're behind. Fortunately for them, they weren't behind. So like you said, could have been a little much, but really well thought out plan to buy so many.
Yeah, most definitely. Is there anything else that you want to bring to the forefront?
No, my only question left is who is the MVP that will come in for this dank hot interview? Who are you thinking?
For me, I think it is either Omen or Bloodshot. I think that Bloodshot did worse in laning phase and better in laning phase. And in team fights, Bloodshot was in the right position. I feel like Omen several times in both games maybe went a little bit too deep. And Bloodshot was always playing extremely safe, which also showed in their laning phase in that Omen was ahead versus Bloodshot was behind, which is what happens if you're playing aggressive versus defensive.
Yeah, I mean, if we're not going to give Bloodshot the MVP after 2 pentas, what are we doing? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like
2 pentas in a single match, you know?
Exactly. It's got to be Bloodshot.
2 games. I agree with that. Pull him in here. I think I can move him. There we go.
Did he join then leave? He's still in the call.
See if I can move him again.
Am I?
Hello?
There you go.
Hello.
Welcome to the aftermatch interview.
What's your first question, Rengar?
My first question is, what was your thought process after getting the first penta, and did you think that you were going to get the exact same champion in the second game? He dead?
I mean,
Bloodshot, you dead?
He didn't die many times in game. Maybe he choked on a
toothpick.
Yeah.
I want to answer that question for you. I felt great. You know, my team was pulling blood.
Wait a second.
Omen was doing great.
Why are we
I got one
interviewing
penta.
Rengar?
I had to go for a second in the second game.
Of course. Bloodshot, you should. All right, if Bloodshot's not gonna, are we just gonna move somebody else in here?
Find someone else? Yeah. Okay, I love you.
Who else are we gonna do?
I think Omen is my second category.
All right, I'll move him in here.
Okay.
Move to casters. Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the aftermatch interview. You have won our runner-up MVP. Well, how are you feeling after the first game? Your team popped off. You popped off. Second game, you were going even harder. How do you feel after the victory?
Like a winner.
Good answer.
That makes sense.
You are not wrong. You definitely do feel like a winner right now. Second question. What was your thought process on getting Rise to the second game?
I mean, it was pretty stupid to leave it up again.
I agree. Again, good answer.
I felt like a winner the second game after getting Rise again.
How well
Feeling
do you
like a
think
winner
you
through and
utilize the ultimate, the Rise ultimate? Because that's probably the hardest part of his kit.
Oh god. There was one ult that actually made me cry. Where I accidentally TP'd my backline into their backline. That was kind of monkey. But other than that, I felt like my ults were kind of on point.
That was in the jungle when everything disintegrated. Right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah, Monkus.
Just up with the lag in all chat.
I don't
Wait
wanna
a
get
second.
banned. I don't want
I mean, if Rengar wants you to get banned, how do you feel about Rengar wanting you to get?
indifferent.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll ask you one final question, then I'll let you be, because I know you and your team are super excited. What was the team's reaction? Can you repeat your reaction when he got the second penta? Was it like, oh my god, you did get the greatest? I mean, like,
I don't
was
think
it
you
like-
want me to necessarily yell and burst everyone's eardrums.
no,
Who's
no,
watching the
man.
stream right now?
You, as long as it's PC, go for it. We want to know
Well,
how you felt in the moment.
Nah,
Yeah, we
I
really need-
just started yelling because
Like yodeling or like yelling swear word. Like you got to describe it more
It
in
was
depth
just-
than that, dude.
it was just an inaudible yell. Because I mean,
Inaudible yell.
Like an, was it like a, woohoo?
nah, it wasn't like a woohoo. It was just like an but really.
Oh,
loud,
like
because
you just got
my
stabbed.
man-
Oh, you just got a second penta.
Like, 'cause my man
Oh!
Bloodshot is just a G.
That dude's an
mean-
OG. You are right. Well, thank you
Alright.
for this wonderful interview.
My final
Yeah.
question is: do you think that there's any team that you feel threatened by?
I feel pretty threatened by. Let's think. Yeah, no one.
All right.
So
Thank you for the interview.
yeah.
Do you have any other questions, Rengar?
No.
All right. Thank you. And bye.
Thank you.
Goodbye. I think that. No problem. I was Gawain, your play-by-play caster. Sorry about that.
Nah, I'm greedy, man. I'll try to shove in front of you. And I was Rengar, your daily duo writer, your hashtag GG captain, hashtag GG win, who's also a caster, hashtag GGW. All right, I'm outie.
All right,
All
we
right.
thank you very
Thanks for
much.
the cast.
Yep, and thank you very much for watching, everybody, and casting, Gaiwan. Really appreciate that.
No problem.
All right, you're all set to leave. I'm going to go ahead and do some minor announcements to be posted and things of that caliber. So y'all
All
set?
right.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, just want to say thank you very much for watching. I believe the one clip in particular, I just got the news. The thanks to our Twitch subscribers. Just want to point out, really appreciate the positive feedback I heard from Blaze. Apparently, you guys are really being a part of this program in your own way, and I couldn't thank you enough, personally, for dropping a subscription in to this organization. It's very, very generous and kind of all of you to put your, put what little you have to help make Do Esports a better program. It's all very nice, and it's all heavily appreciated. And that one guy, that guy 01, recent sub is very much appreciated as well. I hope we'll be able to figure out where we can kind of where we can get him into this fold. But in any case, thank you all for watching, guys. Remember, we've got ourselves a Twitch, which you're looking at right now. We have ourselves a YouTube, a Twitter, a Reddit, and honestly, couldn't be surprised if we get a Facebook coming up. Who knows, really? But in all, thank you very much for watching. The next game will be on Saturday, 7 p.m. You'll be seeing me, yours truly, in that match. via casting. It will be all one lane versus DTS. It's going to be a very nice and spicy match to come for sure. Followed by on the next Saturday, it's going to be 9 p.m. Aether Esports versus Frosty Esports. Going to be a nice one to see as well, as Blaze will be taking that game along with Drax, who basically will be covering both the 7 and the 9 p.m. due to how well he's been doing so far. And then on Sunday, we have at 8 p.m. Sunday specifically will be Nevermore and Ascendancy Gaming. Big questions for that. Can't wait for that match of the week. Really looking forward to it as well. But that's all, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate all the kind and generous donations, appreciations, high fives, low fives, the entire sort. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate all of it. Love you all. See you tomorrow.